That day, Mom and I were playing games at home. Suddenly, we heard the sound of Dad coming home. We immediately stood in a line and held out our hands. Dad began inspecting each of our palms. He was always like this, keeping us locked at home, strictly controlling everything about us. After the inspection, he gave each of us a cookie. But Mom didn't get a cookie, and she cried in disappointment. Dad warned her not to cry in front of us. She had to remember the rules. Late that night, Mom finally escaped. When she saw cars passing in the distance, she knew this was her only chance to survive. She ran desperately toward the road. Then, Mom was hit by a car. When the doctor was examining Mom, I reminded him that Mom had a rare blood type. This was something Mom had told me. Soon the ambulance took us to the hospital, where doctors and nurses hurriedly rushed Mom in for emergency treatment. And no one had time to look after me. This was my first time coming to a place like this. I memorized the signs on the walls and then started counting every step I took, just to pass the time out of boredom. Soon, a nurse who was taking care of me came over. My first reaction was to hold out my hands for her to check. She asked me what my name was, and I said my name was Anna and Mom's name was Dolia. Because the driver who hit Mom had fled, the lady asked if I knew what had happened, but I said the driver wasn't at fault. Mom had run into the car herself. I also told the lady that Mom often made mistakes at home and sometimes fainted, hitting her head on table legs. I was even worried she might fall into the toilet, so I often accompanied her to the bathroom. And I told the lady a secret. Mom wanted to kill Dad. Hearing this, the lady's expression changed as she looked at me.